Happy Wednesday, everybody. We're glad you're here to join us today, and we are introducing our new executive pastor, Bruce Venable. How are you today?
Hey, man, I'm doing great. Good to see you.
Awesome.
Glad to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, we are going to ask him a couple questions just to get to know you a little bit better. And so the first question, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so Rita and I are moving here from the South. I know that's a real shock after you heard my voice. So we're moving here from Arkansas, and we've been married 41 years and have 2 grown kids and a dog named Gypsy. And so that's a little bit about who we are.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your history, some of the churches you've worked at, and different ministries?
Yeah, so my calling came when I was actually in college still, and recognized that God had called me to ministry. Most of that time in the last 37, 38 years has been around college students or working with people who worked with college students. So a lot of that has been being a part, an influencer, being connected with the next generation. I've always loved that. It's kept me young at heart, young in thinking, and kind of on my toes. And so that's been good. Yeah. But I did pastor 2 churches, which was really good. I learned a lot. They were very gracious and taught me a lot what it meant to be a senior pastor. One was in a rural town, and the other was in a town about this size, that similar church size, but it was a much more formal church. Yeah. And this really fits my personality a lot better. Yeah. So that's kind of our ministry heritage. And the last thing we did is I oversaw the collegiate ministry work in Arkansas. So training and hiring and bringing on campus ministers, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So we used a search firm during this hiring process. Though Daniel and I both knew of Bruce, we went through that search firm. And tell us a little bit about that process and what kind of drew you to Calvary here.
Yeah, so it's the first time I'd ever been through a Christian headhunter group, and so that was a really great experience, very thorough experience, a lot of assessments, a lot of questions. And like you said, we kind of knew of each other, and I'd been around Daniel a couple times, but we really didn't know each other. So working with that firm, one of the, I think what they were doing mostly is trying to make sure that the giftedness that we had matched what the church needed. And so it's a fun part of the process to learn. And then once I saw what this church is doing, what you guys are already doing with families and reaching people for the Lord and spiritual formations and the small group and the worship and strong Bible teaching. It's a young church. We are attracted to a young congregation and a young church, and we just literally began to feel the pull this direction and fell in love with it.
Awesome. Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, awesome. Changing subjects a little bit here.
All right.
I hear you're a top-notch golfer. So what are some of the hobbies that you have here?
Yeah, top notch is that's one word. Or I guess that's 2, huh?
It is 2.
That's 2 words. Yeah. No, if you're a I like to play golf, but if you're a serious golfer, do not ask me to come play because I will frustrate you. I like to go for the fun and the fellowship and hit the ball, and I hit a good shot every once in a while. Never played enough to really get good. So anyhow, that. I also like to fish. I like to hunt. It's always hard to find time to get all those things in, but I do that when I can. I used to run, used to bike, those kind of things. Don't do those as much anymore, but we just like to read it out, especially. And we like to go to the movies. Yeah. And even if the movie's bad, the popcorn and Diet Coke is good.
Always.
Never
disappoints.
That's right.
Never disappoints.
Anyhow,
tell us a little bit about your some of your desires in food. What do you like to eat?
Oh, man. So my motto is if it doesn't run or bite back, I usually can eat it. But I don't like... Mediterranean food is kind of the only thing I don't like. Everything else I really kind of like. I really like Mexican food. I like steaks. I like burgers. Yeah. In the South, we deep fry everything. Yeah. So I've even had a deep fried Oreo.
You like the spice, too. You can handle
I love spice. Anything spicy.
Deep fried Oreo. Wow.
You ever had that?
I have not. No.
Yeah. It's like it sounds.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's a little bit about Bruce. We are, again, so excited that he is on staff here. We want to invite you on June 7th. We're going to have a welcome reception for Bruce and Rita, just welcoming them into the community. I asked that food question because maybe that gave you a hint as to maybe a place that you could buy a gift card for them to welcome them to the community. bring that to the reception. We'll have a place that you can put those just to give them a little taste and flavor of our community that we love so much. For more information about Bruce and that date and times and all those things, you can go to yourcalvary.info/Bruce and just get a little bit of this information that we talked about today. So Bruce, thanks for joining us.
Hey, you bet.
Looking forward to the days ahead.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Me too.